Hello and welcome to Inner Thoughts. Today we have Savannah, who is now our Miss Global World Universal 2025. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Hi, Victoria. First and foremost, thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be here. My name is Savannah Sims. I am your 2025 Miss Global World Universal. I am born and raised in Sacramento, California. I represented the United States in Phuket, Thailand, just last month in June 2025. And I'm just so grateful and honored to be selected for this title and to be able to use it to um, just just use the platform basically. So I'm really excited about that.
Of course, and thank you for being on. Would you like to tell us about your pageant journey up until now? Like, was this your first year of pageantry? Have you been doing it a long time? Like, what's kind of your story?
Yeah, so my very first pageant was when I was a teenager, and it was really a girls' self-esteem program for girls 18 and under. So that was my first, I guess, introduction to pageantry. It was a program that just happened to have a pageant at the end. I received, I guess, like they did consider it a national title because the program did have more than one location. So that was like my first national title. Then I took a really long break, which I have a habit of doing, and participated in the Miss Black Sacramento pageant, which has been around for 55 years now. So I competed back in 2017 and was crowned Miss Black Sacramento, and then took another really long break and competed in the USA World Pageants event in November, and was crowned Miss USA Global World, and then came to Thailand with that title, and now we're here. So that's
Wow,
pretty
so you
cool.
have won a title at every pageant you've done. That's very impressive.
Yes, I am like I didn't mention everything. I'm like I definitely done, like Sacramento County Outstanding Teen for like the Miss
Okay.
America organization. There's definitely some that I have not won. That was one of them. That one was definitely a very difficult system to get into just because everybody wants to be Miss America, right?
Yeah.
So that was when I was a teenager. I think I was like about maybe 16. So after doing the first
Oh.
pageant, I wanted to venture out and see what else I could do. But I did that system, and then I actually did Miss Black Teen Sacramento as a teen as well. And did get first runner up as a teenager. So that
Oh,
I did do
nice.
those as well,
Mm.
before winning the titles I have.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. And so with your new title, how did you feel winning?
Honestly, I'm still feeling it, but I think I was just, first of all, definitely gratitude. God is so good. I'm grateful. I never, I've been saying it since getting back, like little Savannah would have never seen this for herself. So I'm just super just shocked, but I worked hard, so I'm shocked, but a good shocked. You just never know if it's your time, if you're what the judges are looking for. So just definitely a heart of gratitude and excitement for what's to come.
Yeah, for sure. And have you already done something? I know it was just recent, or do you have plans? Like, what's the first thing you want to do with your new title?
Yeah, so I mean, I look forward to bringing USA World Pageants productions and the World Universal Pageant system to a broader audience through word of mouth, through social media engagement. These two organizations have like literally changed my life from, what I was doing before. And it's an experience that I do my best to explain, but I just really would love for more people to just experience, especially, you know, um, USA World Pageants being like a girls trip. They just happen to have a pageant. I really love that about their production company, and World Universal being a pageant system that truly takes you somewhere international. So I really want to spread the word, keep spreading the word about those two organizations. And then since being crowned, I've definitely I was given the opportunity to judge a local pageant for girls ages 2 to 14. So you can imagine how fun that was was to experience and watch.
That sounds so
Um,
exciting. Was that your first time being a judge?
That actually was my first time judging, and it was
Nice.
an honor to be there. It was their first year doing this pageant, so I really hope they keep it going. I think it's something great for girls that age. And I think it was just a fun experience for them. And it was, I hope they had as much fun as I did being there. So it was definitely a great experience. I hope I get to do more like that.
That's awesome. And plans of, obviously, it's an international title. Are you like, do you already have plans for what you want to do outside of the US?
Absolutely. So, I know the first thing I have coming up is to attend the Miss Canada pageant, which will actually just be in about a week and a half, so a little under 2 weeks. So I will be going to Canada to visit that system and meet new pageant sisters in Canada. I'm really excited about that and to see their founder again, Annie, who is our pageant director as well. So I'm just excited to see the pageant sisters I met in Thailand and then meet some new ones. So I will be doing that. I know that our international pageant for World Universal will be overseas again, and it'll be in Kenya next year. So I'm really excited to attend that. In between, I want to make myself available to anything that Annie has for me, but definitely looking forward to hopefully visiting other pageant systems. And doing things with my platform and my charity as well in other countries would be awesome.
Okay, well, bringing into like what is your advocacy and uh your organization and stuff?
Yes, so my platform that I'm championing for is Healthy Moms and Babies, a phrase that's coined by the charity I actually work very closely with, the March of Dimes. March of Dimes is definitely more known in the United States, um, but I'm looking forward to bringing them to an international platform because of the great work they do. The United States has the highest infant mortality rates in the entire world. A lot of people don't know that. And childbirth can already be a scary and life-threatening thing, something that should be like a beautiful experience, and not to mention the things that come with childbearing that aren't talked about as much, like postpartum depression for moms and babies being born early and needing to stay in neonatal intensive care units. But if the nearest hospital to mom doesn't have one, then the baby has to be airlifted to the nearest hospital that does. Just those kind of things really need more attention because it's something you would think that would be everywhere, or more easily accessible because childbirth is such a natural thing. But um, there are a lot of places that just don't have the resources, whether it's funding, whether it's, a lack of knowledge or knowing what they have access to. And so, with the United States having some of the worst rates in the world, it's something I definitely want to bring a lot of attention and emphasis to here and hopefully can raise funds for charities like March of Dimes here. But I really look forward to bringing attention to that on an international level as well, because even though our rates may be the worst, we're still not the only ones dealing with these kind of issues.
Absolutely. Wow, that is a incredible cause. And I honestly didn't really, you don't really think of that unless someone does bring it to your attention,
Right.
So it's a great thing to bring to. Other than bringing more eyes on that particular cause, do you have certain like inspirations of what you want to achieve during your reign?
Yes, I think the biggest thing for me, other than my platform, other than bringing awareness to the two organizations, World Universal Pageants and USA World Pageants, um, I, as it's still sinking in that I'm also just like, um, with this title, really making even history with this organization, like being the first Miss USA Global World to compete, and then now being the first Miss Global World Universal to be crowned. I just really, I think it says a lot about what we have coming in the organization, what we can have. I think I just want to be the woman that, other young people can see themselves in. I'm not, I wasn't already, a social media influencer. I'm just a regular person. I'm still learning how to use my voice and still becoming more and more comfortable with that every day. So, being at the forefront of an organization and holding such a responsibility is something like I don't take lightly. And I look forward to being the person that someone can look at and say, hey, if she can do it, I can too. I think that's the biggest takeaway that it'll be for me being in this position.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, a lot of work goes into pageants and everything like that. So, what kind of preparation did you kind of do to get yourself set up for the world?
Wow. So preparation. I mean, obviously, right, like the categories that were getting scored, and I definitely wanted to make sure I was prepared for that. So, working on my interview preparation, making sure I'm comfortable, just answering basic questions about myself and questions about the organization, making sure I was knowledgeable, do your homework just like with anything else. And practicing my evening gown walk and my walking, learning to walk in like or practicing walking in new shoes or shoes that I'll need to wear with my dress, and things that would be kind of you would think are just second nature, but all those things need practice. There's never too much practice to get to where you need to be. So definitely worked a lot on my stage presence, my ability or comfortability with speaking publicly or in an interview setting like this. And then just showing that I'm active in my community, like not just saying it, but being about it, just getting out there, working with different organizations, different causes. I have my platform, but there's different causes that also are important to me. I really grew up with my dad and my grandma working a lot with the homeless community here, and it's something that's also a really big issue in California. So even just showing that philanthropy is really something that I'm passionate about. It's not something that I just talk about, but something that I do. So all of those things I feel like help prepare me for my position.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know even buying shoes and outfits and all that can be very expensive. Did you happen to get any sponsorships for this pageant that helped you?
Yes. So, I guess the first step was nationals, right? So I did have a sponsor for nationals that was a woman that watched me grow up in my home church. Um, she's been teaching overseas for about 15 years, and during COVID I started a braiding business. It started in my apartment and became like this brick and mortar location. And so she came to see me last year to get her hair braided, and we're just having casual conversation. I'm letting her know like, oh, I'm going to be doing this pageant, just telling her because I'm excited, and so she happens to ask me about my fees and things, and I just mention it to her, not thinking anything of it, right? And in the middle of my appointment, she like cash apps me for my sponsor fee. And I was like, yeah, I was so emotional. Like I literally cried in that appointment because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, even just a portion would have been like a lot. But for her to send the entire amount, I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you sure? Like, just double checking, like, I so appreciate this. And, she just really she wants to see more young people travel and get an opportunity to see other parts of the world because she's traveled all these years, and she believed in me, which said a lot too. So that was the stepping stone to get me to nationals, which then got me to internationals. So as the national title holder, I was able to get sponsored by my national pageant. My national pageant covered my entry fee to internationals, which covered a ton. I mean, meals, boarding, a lot of what we were doing during the week. So that covered a huge part of it. But I did need other things like, of course, outfits, a different dress for evening gown, all the things. So, and airfare. So, where I couldn't take care of it, friends and family definitely stepped in. I have no problem reaching out to my community because like I do what I can for them. So if they have the ability to help, I appreciate it. I know I have a strong village here back at home. So I was like, hey guys, I have a Venmo like account specifically for the pageant. Like if you're able to give anything, $5, $1, like it's all appreciated.
It adds up
And
every penny.
absolutely. And my community, my village really stepped up, so I really appreciate them as well. And then of course my parents, like I can't leave my parents out, helping where I couldn't necessarily get everything. Plane ticket, my mom and aunt actually came with me to Thailand, so it
Oh,
was
that's
really awesome having
amazing.
them there. Yeah, I was really really grateful to have them there as well. My dad got my evening gown for me. So I mean just my village really pitched in like as my sponsors for sure.
That's
So I'm grateful.
amazing. And did you get any coaching preparation for either one of your pageants, your national or international?
Yes, shout out to Carly Sherman Productions. She was my coach for both. I signed up for a coaching session with her for nationals, and then we actually got a complimentary coaching session with her for internationals if you won. So I got to get some coaching done with her both times. So I'm super grateful for her. I also had a quick consultation with Dr. Kennedy Garcia. So thank you to her as well for giving me some like, last minute gems. And definitely, I leaned a lot on my national director as well when it came time for internationals. I appreciate her as well for like, fixing little things here and there, making sure things were on point when I was there in Thailand. Making sure makeup and hair was good. I did my own hair and makeup actually during pageant week, but I still like came and made sure she checked it, make sure everything was in place where it needed to be.
So did your national director like go to Thailand with you?
She was there,
Oh,
yes.
that's
There were
so
actually,
nice.
yeah, there was four of us from USA. I was the only Miss contestant, but we had three Ms contestants that were from USA as well. So she came to support all
Oh,
of us. It was
that's
really fun.
amazing.
Yes, it was so much fun. Shout out to Akila Douglas.
And what can you tell us about the actual week itself? Like, what was your favorite parts? What, like, was stressful? Like, you can tell as much as you want about kind of what you did each day, you know?
Yes. Wow. Okay, so we had a week full of events. From the time that we got there to the time that we left. I mean, I will say I'm grateful I got there a day early and left a day late to recuperate because we were definitely busy. I mean, the first day was registration, and we did our sashing ceremony that night. We got name sashes that we were gonna be wearing during the competition so that we wouldn't get our national sashes messed up or anything. Um, Day two, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but day two was orientation. Um, we did orientation that morning. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that evening we did magazine awards. So there was a local magazine pageant, Voices Alliance, that worked with us the entire week. They did our social media marketing the entire week on Instagram as well. So thank you to Pageant Voices Alliance. But we also all got a magazine spread. So they actually gave us individual awards with like a plaque that had our magazine excerpt in it and our picture. So that was really, really nice, really awesome. Day three was the excursion day, so we were outside all day. I would have to say that was probably my favorite, because when you visit somewhere, you want to see it, right? So we got to visit Old Phuket. We got these really nice Thai cultural outfits that were sponsored by Baba Phuket. Thank you guys for our Thai cultural outfits. They were beautiful. They were even, matched to work with our skin tones. We all had different colors, so it was just we looked really colorful walking around. Then we went to an elephant sanctuary. We got to feed elephants and pet them and kind of hang out for a bit. And then our last, or not our last, our second to last event for that day was a ride on a catamaran to like a local beach, hang out for a bit there. And then the last stop was a Thai cultural show at the Athena Cabaret. event space, which is also where we held our pageant. So we got to see a Thai cultural show and get an idea of what they were going to do because they actually did some of their performance during our pageant. So that was
Oh,
very
that's
cool as well.
awesome. I think that's really good thing to have because yeah, usually pageants are so go, go, go. Even when you travel for them, you don't really get to like enjoy where you're traveling. So that's really cool you
Absolutely.
guys got that day.
Yeah, that was really fun. I think the rest of it was like rehearsals, we did do a charity night for I did forget one of the stops we did make on excursion day was to the Phuket Sunshine Village for foster children. So it was really awesome to see them. We got to sign some children's books that were made by one of our former queens, Mahana, and give those to the kids and just visit them and see what their setup is. And it was a really beautiful place. The kids looked like, more than well taken care of. And they were so adorable. And so we, on the fourth night, did do um, a charity ball that night to raise money for the Sunshine Village. We also did talent that day. It was really fun seeing all the different talents, like what everyone did. They were all so different. So it was really cool to see what everyone came with from their different cultural backgrounds.
What did you do for your talent round?
I actually did a praise dance. I've been a
Hmm.
praise dancer for many, many years with my home church, Center of Praise. And so it just seemed like the right thing to do. It was second nature for me, and I knew it would be something that would, be moving and hopefully, would portray as something that I love to do and passionate about. So it definitely did the job. So I'm grateful for that. Um, and so the fifth day, I think, was just all rehearsals for the most part. Day six was preliminaries and pajama night. And then the last day was crowning day. So we just did evening gown and fitness on the final day. And we did like an opening number. We had caftans. Um, and Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that was the gist of the week, pretty much.
Yeah, seems like a lot jam-packed in that time.
We were busy, but it was all fun. It was fun stuff for sure. So definitely
And
got the most out of it.
yeah, for sure. And you said you stayed a day afterwards. Did you just kind of like, was that a chill day for yourself, or did you do more exploring?
It was a chill day to a certain degree, but I also wanted to get things to bring back home for family. So that was like my souvenir,
Hmm.
like trinket day.
Gotcha.
So I was definitely still running the streets a little bit, but it was, to bring stuff home. So
Yeah, for sure. And would you advise like people going into pageants to do what you did and go kind of the day before and stay a day after? Do you think that helped you?
absolutely. It was definitely nice at the very least having a day before because I got to rest. A lot of the ladies were getting there the morning of orientation and either, like had to do quick changes and things of that sort, or, already dealing with jet lag or just getting off long flights, especially depending on where they came from. So I highly, highly suggest if you're doing something international to arrive at least a day before so that you can take some time to rest, get your things organized, repack if you need. I know me, I kind of just threw things in the suitcase just to get them there. And then so it gave me an opportunity to kind of repack and get organized for
I
the week.
get that. When I pack for pageants, I'm just like shove it in, and then once I get to the
Right,
hotel, I'm like, okay, this is for this day, this is
right.
for this day.
Exactly. Yes.
Amazing. So your favorite day was when you guys kind of got to go sightseeing?
Yes, I think so. That would have to be my favorite. Because yeah, I mean, between getting to see the children, we got to see elephants, we got to see the city, we had the Thai show, I mean the beach. Yeah, it was an amazing day. We were definitely all tired by the end, but it was worth it. Like it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I bet. And I'm sure next year is going to be just as exciting when you get to be there, but it's not going to be as hectic because you know you're just there to help and then
Exactly.
pass on.
I'm there to enjoy myself and watch the
Exactly.
show.
Exactly. Well, I'm so thankful that you have came on. This was amazing talking to you. Do you have anything else you want to like shed light on or talk about?
I'm trying to see here. I mean, I just first again want to thank you for having me. I think that's like I really appreciate your platform and what you're doing. Pageantry needs to be talked about so much more in a positive light. So I really love this and I thank you for having me. I'm definitely honored to be here and um I think just for anyone listening out there that's interested in doing pageantry, I would say just go for it. I think the most important thing that a lot of people miss is finding a system that is for you. Not all systems are created equal. Pageants are overall an amazing thing. And I think the what will make the difference for most people in pageantry is making sure that the system that they choose it aligns with their values, that that's pageant system's pillars align with who you are as a person, because that can make or break your experience all the way. And that's something I've been stressing a lot as people have watched my journey and have asked me about my journey, that I had the experience I had because I did my research and I knew that what these systems represented aligned with me, because that could have changed my experience altogether. So I think that's like the biggest nugget I have for anyone interested in pageantry. I say just go for it. Even if you don't have the money for it, the money's out there. You never know who wants to support you. So sometimes just asking for it, that made all the difference for me with internationals as well. So
Do you have
don't be
advice for people like because some people are shy and don't really want to ask for that, but they do need that help? Do you have any advice like how to put yourself out there and like what you did kind of to ask for the help?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's great to know who supports you already, but again, you never know who wants to support you that you just never have even come in contact with. So sometimes just putting it out there, it's just like a job resume, right? Like you just gotta sometimes saturate the market to get what you need. So, I typed up a sponsorship letter so that people had the overall gist of what I need, but it wasn't too long to where I lost people, right? So that they get like the main points of what I need it for, what I represent, how much I need, what the goal is at least, because even if you don't reach the goal, you appreciate whatever you get, right? And then that way people have a goal or a number to work towards, and then put it on stuff. Give it, if you have a letter typed up, that's even better. You can print out copies, give them to people. There was a time frame here before the pageant that I was without a car. I had car issues, so I was in Lyft all the time. Give them a copy of your letter. Like, hey, if you're, I'm going to Thailand to represent the US. Like, people don't hear that every day. So you'd be surprised at the people that want to support you. When I'm doing appearances, I'm letting people know, like, hey, I'm going to Thailand. I'm looking for donations if you can do that. Um, just really putting yourself out there. Sometimes you have to like get out of your comfort zone to get what you need. That can be the one thing, the threshold to cross just to reach the goal you have is just getting out of your comfort zone. So not being afraid to put it on social media, Instagram, start a GoFundMe. I mean, I chose to do Venmo so that like all the money came directly to me and I knew where it was going for. So just not being afraid to ask the uncomfortable questions. It's not necessarily what you ask, it's how you ask it. And like, you never know. You'd be surprised who wants to support you. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then if you want to go the businesses route, you can reach out to local businesses. If you have small businesses that want their name out there a little more, say that you give them a post on Instagram, on your Instagram page for like helping you out. I mean, there's all kind of things. There's all kind of things. So
Yeah, for sure. So I know you had financial backing, but we didn't really talk. Did like you get product sponsorships? Like did people sponsor you outfits?
no, not for me in particular. Actually, I know I had pageant sisters in Thailand that did, that like got like an evening gown and stuff like that. But no, I kind of just
You
I
kind of
just
used your funds and like got them yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah, like my dad again, he got my evening gown, so like I was grateful to him for taking care of that for me. He offered to pitch in that way. But other than that, it was really just getting things that I needed, trying to offset the cost of my plane ticket, so that like my mom or myself didn't have to cover most of that. So it was really just kind of like because we want to get things on time in a timely fashion. So a lot of the stuff, I was getting, already, and like anything I received after that was to help offset those costs,
Hmm.
or to get additional things, or to like, offset the cost of my plane ticket. So, um, yeah, no, I unfortunately didn't get to work with businesses, like I would have liked to get sponsorships, but that's okay. I mean, I knew that I had a village that would be willing to do,
Hmm.
to step in the gap, stand in the gap.
And
So,
hey, there's always next year when you return, you could just be wearing sponsored clothes the whole time.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we had sponsors during the pageant. Shout out to Amberries. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. They sponsored the caftans and swas for sponsoring our fitness outfits. So we did have things when we got there, that were included in our entry fee. And also our skincare sponsor, Arna. I do have a box here. But yeah, so we did have a few sponsored things when we got there. But yeah, as far as me, I just, you know, yeah, I just put the word out, and whatever people were able to do, it helped me get the things I needed, and I just yeah, ordered things bit by bit as I could. So
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again. I appreciate you have being on here and congratulations.
thank you so
Amazing. You
much.
did so good.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and thank you for your support. It means everything. And please let me know how I can share our conversation today. And if there's a flyer or anything I can post, I would love to do that. I would love to just post it everywhere. So please
Of
send me
course,
everything,
I
all the
will let you
things.
know. All
Okay.
right. Well, bye everyone.
Nice to meet you. Bye.